Hey guys, what's going on? It's Dokkans here, and I'm going to be bringing you part 1 of my 2-part setup for the LR Frieza event. Alright guys, so let's just jump into it. I did originally create this video to be a single video, and it turned into almost 20 minutes of me going on about this entire event and all the cards that are viable. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to split this up into 2 videos. This video is going to be me going over the leaders, and then the next video is going to be me going over the support units. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. I want to make a few disclaimers real quick. We don't know when the LR Frieza event is actually going to come out, so this is literally just a battle prep. We have a little bit of time. It's not going to be out, from my assumption, at least for another 2 weeks, because if you saw my video yesterday, you would have seen the release notes for the events that are going to be coming out. All right. With that being said, I do want to state all this information is a mixture of the Wikipedia, the Dragonball Z Dokkan Battle Wikipedia, and the Reddit. Just let me give a shout out real quick. Thank you for X the Walrus for your post on all the free-to-play cards that are available for the LR Frieza event. I'm going to leave a link in the description below to the actual post that I'm referring to. He went and he listed out all of the cards from agility, technique, intelligence, strength, and physical, listing every single one of them out that are available for use. Again, these are just the ones that he listed out were just the Dokkan versions of them, but they were available nonetheless. So of that list, I went and I created my opinion on which agility cards we should be using for this event, broken down from the leaders, which leaders I think you should be running as a leader if you have them. A couple of those leaders are easily attainable, so make sure you grind them out. So we're going to go over all of those cards real quick. We're not going to go into detail on each of those cards. It's just going to be a mention of the cards. Real quick, there are 12 agility totals, not including the Dokkan form. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this. So this is for the Apex of the Universe LR Frieza event. Let's start out. Now, the first one I'm going to say, this is not an agility card, but if you were able to grind him out, use him. It is the LR Goku card, Everlasting Legend Super Saiyan Goku. He gives a leader skill of all types key +3 and attack +3000. He has a super attack, Super Kamehameha for 12 to 17 key, and Super Spirit Bomb from 18+, which causes colossal damage and mega colossal damage respectively. And all allies get a 30% buff for 1 turn, so anyone who attacks after him gets that 30% buff. So you would, while he's in your turn, you want to make sure he attacks first, so that way you can get the boost. He is the number 1 leader I'm going to recommend to use for this event if you are able to grind him. The next one, this is based off of the current global status. There are 2 cards that tie for the next place. We're going to go with the one that I know is available on the global. That is the Paikuhan. Now, first off, the original card is Western Galaxy Rivalry Paikuhan. He is available from the Pikkon event, the best fighter of the West Quadrant. He is available every Monday from the agility strike events. You have him, and you have 2 others that are constantly available every Monday. Make sure you grind them out until you get them to an SA10 and an SA5. Dokkan awaken them and feed them into each other, so that way you have the full SA15. Now, he has a leader skill of agility and strength type key +3. Now, you don't need to worry about the strength type. You just want that agility key +3 lead. That way everyone's always using super attacks. He all has super attack Hyper Tornado also. Though it only does huge damage to the enemy, it lowers the enemy's attack. That is something good for a support unit. So he doubles as both a leader and a support unit. Passive skill, all allies attack +15%, which HP is 50% or above. That's a good passive skill. It's not as useful as others, but for the event in itself, he is super viable. You always want him on your team, whether he is a leader or not. This is for the Saiyan Elite Vegeta. He will come in tie with Paikuhan for leader. Now, he is attainable from the Fearsome Super Elite, and he Dokkan awakens with the leader skill of agility and tech key +3, which you are concerned about the agility leader skill. He doesn't do a great damage. It's huge damage to the enemy, but his passive skill is attack +40% when key is 6 or more. And if you're running an LR Goku friend with this Vegeta, he'll always get that passive skill activated, so he will be a viable unit. And again, he does link with the Kid Vegeta. The next one we're going to talk about is the Tien that I had just uploaded a video about because we just got his Dokkan event. This is for the Beyond Limits Tien, which is available through the Full-Hearted Fighter Strike event. He Dokkan Awakens into the Martial Artist Honor Tien. His leader skill is Agility, HP, and Attack plus 50%. Now, with that being said, you don't want to run a double Tien lead. The HP and Attack plus 50% boost is amazing. It's good because it will increase the longevity of your team, but it doesn't give any ki. But that buff to the health and the attack definitely makes a difference. You can go after the LR Frieza with him and using another ki lead friend, and then using something like the Fruit of the Tree of Might in order to boost your ki, so that way you can actually do your super attacks. And his super attack also does extreme damage, and he has a medium chance of stunning all enemies, which this also makes him a viable support unit. So he's another key unit that you want on your team, and he's also available every Monday. Make sure you grind those ones out. They are just super useful. Alright, the next one, Glimpses of Ability Vegeta Kid. His original card, the undokkan version, is not a great leader skill. Does not have a great leader skill. His passive attack plus 40% when performing super attack. With the huge damage, it's not that great, but he does link well with the Super Strike Vegeta. So that's hit or miss depending on what cards you have available. Now, when he Dokkans Awakens, there is the event. First off, the event is called Prodigy Prince. That's where you get him. He Dokkan Awakens on the JP side, and his leader skill is Agility type ki plus 3 HP and attack plus 30%. This is where it comes in. If we get this Dokkan Awakening for this card, for the Kid Vegeta card, he comes as the number 2 to LR Goku. So he's not available yet on the global side, but if he does come before LR Frieza, this is the card you want to use if you don't have LR Goku. He's grindable, he's farmable, use him, and he has a passive skill of attack plus 50% when launching a super attack, which makes him super viable as a support unit if he's not your leader, if you happen to have an LR Goku, and his super attack does extreme damage, so he's doing a lot more damage. And again, he does link very well with the other Super Strike Vegeta, which you should be able to farm out because he's available every Monday as well. Now, last but not least, a lot of you might not have him. This is the Revived Nightmare Frieza, the final form. He was attainable from the Countdown to Resurrection event that came out. It made 2 appearances, I believe, total on the global side. His leader skill is Agility type ki plus 2. It's not that great, and he only has a huge damage multiplier. He does Dokkan Awaken into LR Frieza, or I'm sorry, not LR Frieza. He does Dokkan Awaken into Golden Frieza, which he still has the same leader skill of Agility type ki plus 2. This one causes extreme damage to the opponent and high probability of all enemies' defense reduced by 50%, which isn't really that great of a passive skill. So if you have no other leader and you have this card, I would recommend using him as a last resort. But I mean, from the ones that I had mentioned to you before, there are better cards to use. But hey, thank you for stopping by and watching the video. I really hope that it was helpful. Stay tuned because I'm going to be uploading a part 2 later on in the day. It's going to go over all of the support units that you should be using for the LR Frieza event. So if you want to make sure that you get to that information, come back to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and thank you. Have a good day. I'll catch you in the next video.